Tadbuddhayastadaatmana tannishtastatparayanaha yachyantya punaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmayaha. This is from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, if I remember correct, it is 17th shloka. Very beautiful shloka. Those who have their intellect completely immersed in that, those who are identified only with that, those who are steadfast in that, those who have their goal as that only, their impurities are cleansed by knowledge and they attain a state of no return.
Thank you. Anyone has any question, doubt, anything to say? In self-inquiry or the path of finishing ego has only two components. First is to understand what is ego, recognize it, and the second is not to give energy to this entity. It dies its own death. Out of these two steps, most important and crucial is to understand what ego is. I meet so many people full of ego and they say, I have no ego. So, this is the problem. I think this is the main problem. Once we understand what is this ego within us, to eliminate it is very easy. When we don't know where the enemy is and we are suffering, he is firing on us and is hidden, and we don't know its identity, then we cannot finish this enemy. Once it is clear and we know what it is, then it is just a simple job. It's very easy. So this enemy called ego is always hidden. It is hiding behind different faces. It gives a lot of excuses to do acts, saying I'm doing it for others, but doing for this body, doing for this mind. If you take away ego, then there is no work to be done, no action. If you watch yourself from morning till night, everything is done for this body and for this mind only. Sometimes, yes, we do things for others, but because of attachment, because of our vested interest, my family, my boss, my employee, always my is there. That is why people call this random act of kindness, doing something just because it is good to anyone, to a stranger. But those episodic acts of kindness are not getting rid of the ego. Sometimes ego feels pride of that I am doing it. I am so kind, I am so compassionate. Who writes our resume, our CV? We write. We write all good things. This is our mind which self-glorifies us. Keep observing all these mind activities and actions of the body as an uninvolved witness to everything, all the time. It's not easy to start, but once you start practicing honestly, then ego is in a transparent chamber, in a glass house, nowhere to hide. This keen observer, which is a witness, makes ego stand alone. Then you realize that all these thoughts are only talking to this ego, not to us. As a matter of fact, Ego is also a thought only. I thought. I am the body thought. I am the mind thought. Thought is interacting with thought, and real entity is not there, hidden. It is passive. It is not on a stage. You go to a party, you want to meet this nice, compassionate, loving, kind person, and you're looking this person at center stage, at dance floor, and he is sitting in backyard, facing away from everything. To find this sacred self, you have to recede. There is no other way. You have to withdraw from all activities of mind. From doer, you have to be non-doer. Because all doership is of ego, and all talk with mind is of ego. And the person who lives in this body saying, I am this body, is ego. Withdraw from it completely. Living in body but not as body. Knowing thoughts but no engagement. This is the last freedom. And this freedom is only from our own mind, nothing else. We think it is our boss, our employee making us to do work, or our community. It is our ego. We are slave of our ego. Some things we can do ourselves, and for something we need help from external sources. To finish this thing, ego, we should try our best and don't hesitate to take help from other sources also. Put a joint effort to finish it. Once you know what is ego, you have decided to finish it, then don't leave this job half complete. Put all your efforts to be uninvolved witness, disengaging from your mind. Put your attention to pure silence within, impartial, neutral, uninvolved. Don't worry too much about the body, its destiny. Now be free. Death of the body is not freedom, because with death of the body, ego stays, but death of the ego is real freedom. When you're watching anything moving around, inner eye of wisdom should always be on this pure awareness from where you operate, not from this middleman called mind. Conditioned mind already have an answer to everything happening around us. Don't vomit out from this mind. Take it to silence. You will realize that 99% time there is no need to say anything. It is all conditioned talk, useless. And when we speak this talk, at the end we don't feel good. Egoistic talk is a low level talk. Understand, ego has so many techniques under its sleeve. It is only looking for self praise. Sometimes, when it praises others, it wants its own praise. Stay as a witness to everything. Without engaging with any thought for any reason. Abiding in your own pure silence. Never moving out of it. Never leaving your focus. This effortful attention will become effortless in no time. Effort is only needed when we have interest in something else. Even the most egoistic person would never like to leave this pure silence once he or she has tasted it. When all joy, happiness, bliss, and peace is in your heart, why would you listen to your mind and do activities externally to get some happiness at the level of body and mind? You are supreme bliss. Other name of self is only bliss, ananda. And this is not a bliss which comes and goes. It is eternal. And this bliss, happiness, is independent of all factors around us. Once you realize this, you will be full of compassion for other beings. Because first time you will realize how foolish these people are, looking for entertainment, looking for joy, sometimes looking for their own happiness and creating trouble for others. This whole world, which we say is an illusion, it is illusion of ego only. We are pure awareness, which has no motive, no agenda, no plan. It is changeless. Awareness never asks anyone anything. It is free of all intentions and desires. Intentions and desires are only thoughts coming from mind, showing us that we are incomplete. If we do this, or we get this, or we delete this, we will be more happy. This is the way all activities in this world are continuing among human beings. Human beings are on the path where they can be worse than animals, or they can be God. With ego, we are the worst animal possible. Without ego, we are pure consciousness bliss. Take away your energy from ego. Keep your energy at source. Atman, Brahman, Self. Awareness. Identify yourself with pure awareness, without a name or a form, without any mind. Just be. A thought can arise that all this awareness, witnessing is boring. What is the purpose of life then? Sitting like a stone, not moving, not doing, not planning. Mind can say anything. It will give all sorts of excuses to move as ego. No ego, no mind. Now you are getting very serious when you're finishing ego. You're becoming a wise man, man of wisdom. Nobody can fool you now. You're out of illusion. You're out of grip of Maya. Maya has one less person to fool. Now you are a dangerous man. If you are free, definitely you will make so many people free by just mere your presence. You are spoiling the game of illusion. Now nothing can impress you. Nothing can entertain you. Nothing can entice you. Now you live as no thing. All is self. All is awareness. All forms, all beings are getting energy only from that pure awareness. not knowing the source, not recognizing the source, giving all importance to conditioned mind, behaving as a separate entity, living as an individual person. This is the only cause of suffering. Ego is the first sin and last sin. You give up and you are free. There is no other bondage. We are pure silence. Silence connects us all. We all become one in this pure silence. We are always one. All is one. One pure self, pure awareness. This self is the stillness in all of us. This is purest of pure, untainted, unalloyed, untouched. It always stays untouched. This is the state which cannot claim that I have done this or that. You will wonder that who was taking claim of good things and bad things in us when we have done nothing. Who was this middleman? This was only a ghost, fake, illusory entity. Bless yourself by staying in self, as self. Silence is our real nature. We are pure silence. Live in this pure emptiness, clutter free, thought free. You become lighter than air when there is no ego. Time which keeps us slave is no more a factor. You are beyond time and space. Time and space can only affect a form. We are formless. We don't need this body. Body needs us. But one thing is important. Before this body is dead, you need to know you are not this body. If you don't realize that you are not the body and the body dies, then you will also die. It is your identity which keeps you going through birth and death, nothing else. Be awake and lighten yourself with pure knowledge by being this knowledge. Move as awareness, sit as awareness, talk as awareness, eat as awareness, sleep as awareness. Don't identify with anything. You are not a thing, you are not part of matter. See how quickly you will be free if you have no identification. The moment you realize you are not the body, same time you become everything. You are the substrata on which everything is playing. And this is pure awareness. Shanti.